Hello everyone. Today's topic is revolutionaries from class 10th. Revolutionaries, besides liberalism and conservatism, as we discussed in the last part of the video, parallelly revolutionaries were influencing the societies. In 1815, fear of repression, that is after Napoleon Bonaparte was being defeated and conservatives came to power. Few nationalists, that is liberal nationalists, went underground. Secret societies were formed to train revolutionaries and spread ideas in European states. To be revolutionaries was to oppose monarchical forms, to oppose Vienna Congress, which was being formed by Duke Metternich, to fight to fight for liberty and freedom. They felt that creation of new state was necessary part of the struggle for freedom. One such individual who was a revolutionary was Giuseppe Mazzini. Who was he? Giuseppe Mazzini. He was an Italian revolutionary. He was born in Genoa 1807. He was sent into exile at the age of 24 in 1831 for attempting a revolution in Liguria. That is, as he attempted a revolution, he tried to protest. He was sent to exile. He was sent away from Liguria at the age of 24 itself. He found two secret societies, namely Young Italy in Marseilles and Young Europe in Berlin. He was an Italian politician, journalist, activist. His ideas were set up in Germany, France, Switzerland and Poland. That is, for nationalism or unification, his ideas were being used. Austrian Chancellor Duke Metternich, as you remember, Duke Metternich headed the Vienna Congress, described him as the most dangerous enemy of our social order. This is one mark question which shall be asked in your examination. Revolutionaries. First upheaval in France in July 1830 was installation of Louis Philippe as constitutional monarchy. That is upheaval in the sense the forcibly they asked Louis Philippe to be a constitutional monarchy in July 1830. Then in Belgium there was revolution which started by the ideas of revolutionaries by Giuseppe Mazzini. Belgium, which was attached to France, wanted to get away from United Kingdom of Netherlands. That is, Belgium was a part of UK. They wanted to get away and get freedom, and that was being done. Next, after Belgium, Poland. Poland was under the control of Russia, got away from using Polish language as a mode of struggle against Russian dominance. That is, you can see in Belgium, in France, in Poland, already the revolutionary or the notion of nationalism had begun. So Belgium got away from which is this UK, United Kingdom of Netherlands, and Poland got away from Russia by struggling or by using the idea of revolutionaries, and they got freedom from them. Then Greek War of Independence. We saw Belgium, we saw Poland, and next was Greek War of Independence. Greek, which was on the border of Europe and Asia, that is, it's on the junction of two civilizations. You can see here, this is Greek, here Greek, and which is been Asia also and also Europe. This map is the old map which was wherein there was nothing but division. The lands were all together attached. So here Greek was being influenced by two civilizations. It was a junction of Europe as well as Asia. Got the point? So for Christians, Greece was the cradle of European civilization. It was the Christianity had born in Greece according to Europeans. Sentiments were attached with it. With what? With Greece. Therefore, Christianity dominated. But Greece was under Islam rule. As it was having influence of West Asia, as you saw in the map, West Asia. So it was been ruled under Islam, that is Ottoman Empire. Greece wanted freedom from Ottoman Empire, which is Islam rule. With the help of Europeans, artists and poets, war was waged. One of the poet from Britain, Lord Byron, collected funds for war but died without participation in war due to high fever. So though he died without waging war, we cannot forget his contribution during the Greek War of Independence. Then when the war was waged and it was won, a treaty was signed. Treaty of Constantinople in 1832 was signed, according to which Ottoman Empire gave away Greece and it became free country. So now we saw Belgium, Poland and also Greek, which were fighting for freedom or unification. During Greek War of Independence, there was a movement called Romanticism. What is this Romanticism? An romantic imagination of and national flag. You can say it was a romantic imagination and national flag. There was a movement started in Greek after the war called Romanticism. It was a cultural movement which rejected nationalism by science and reasons. That is, they criticized the glorification of reason and science and focused instead on emotions. So they rejected science and reasoning. They said nationalism is basically based on emotions. It introduced nationalism through art, music, song, mystical feelings. Mystical feelings are nothing but unexplained feelings which we find with our best friends. We are best friends because we like some particular person. We don't know why do we like. So we are not best friends with everyone. So that is called as mystical feeling, which is unexplained. Then intuitions, folk culture. Intuitions are nothing but sometimes we predict things unknowingly. That is intuition. This was supported by Romanticism was supported by John Gottfried Herder. Again, this can be a 1 mark question. A philosopher from German who supported this idea. Then there was Karol Kurpinski. So again, this is also 1 mark question. Used operas, music, folk dance like Polynesia and Mazurka. These are the folk dances. Polynesia and Mazurka are the folk dances, and Karol Kurpinski is a person who used opera and music for spreading nationalism. And this dance form, Polynesia and Mazurka, to celebrate the national struggle and national symbol. So next video will be on hunger, hardship and popular revolt. Please like, share and subscribe.